Yeah, this
Yeah, there we go.
this
All
look
right.
pretty.
First off, Koraidon. I honestly haven't even thought about it so far in Reg I.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I'm just looking at other stuff, but you know, it's I feel like it's still probably strong if people think that Zamazenta is like good, right? I don't think that it's probably like crazy good, but I don't know. What's your thoughts on it?
I think it's gotta be stronger than it was last reg, right? Just
Yeah.
because like I think offensively it does pretty well. Like with Zamazenta being like super high in usage, I would assume Koraidon's pretty good versus that. So I would say, I mean, I haven't faced any actually in my 13 games of testing, but I've heard people talk about like what Koraidon CSR is probably pretty good, or like Koraidon Lunala because Guard can help it stand out. But it's probably like a A or B tier. But I honestly haven't seen many games of it, so I can't really because we're only day one right now of the format.
Yeah.
So
So I would put it B
mhm,
only because I put it high B because obviously it's a great mon, right? Great mon, but we're not seeing it. Like I haven't seen it. And I've probably played like probably like 15 to 20 games so far too, and I've probably seen it maybe once or twice, if
yeah.
that. And that's me being generous. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it too much. So I think B is good. Obviously, it could easily be A.
Yeah,
However, in my mind, it could be S, but I think that B and A is probably like your best bet for this one.
yeah, I agree. It's a little bit too early to say. Like, I feel like for the fighting types that you want to run with CSR anyway, it's Mizama. So like Karate
Yeah.
might be like slightly at cost for that reason, but Sun is like really broken. So like once people maybe develop the right Sun builds, I can see maybe going up to A. Probably not S. S seems way too high for Koraidon in general. So B's like safe because we don't really. It's still early. There's so many options you can explore this guy. So yeah,
Mhm.
Miraidon. I mean, this guy's like probably S, right? Uh,
Uh,
I don't know.
yeah, right. I don't know.
I mean, he's got to be right.
Yeah, he's
He-
got to be a
dude,
hair.
he's so right. I mean,
He's
like
so
I
quiet.
know
Yeah.
it's biased
My
from
opinion,
last reg.
yes. He said Lorcy is so quiet. How do I fix it? Hold on. Let's see.
I like turn it up like really high.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
We should try to fix it, but I'll go my little my tangents. Yeah, Miraidon. I mean, like, dude, it won Worlds in G, and now you can pair him with Kali Ice. It's like the most like basic combo ever, but like Bolt Beam is like super busted, right? I think Miraidon has like a lot of flexible sets you can run it right now. Like Specs is obviously like the basic one. Um, I've seen some Life Orb. Life Orb's kind of cool because Protects is an option. Like if you don't run Triggeraf or Protects is good, right? And I've also seen them going Terra Electric now. I think Terra Electric's actually a viable set again this current metagame because Zacian Zacian's a guy now, and Behemoth Bash KOing you when you Terra Fairy is not very great, and play rough fronting you is not very nice. So Terra Electric should never die to it. I'm assuming they're not Terra Ground. And even if they are Terra Ground or you're facing a ground type, you can pair up Ice Rider. So I think that Miran has a lot of flexibility on the sets now, and you can explore the Terra types and whatever you want. I think the biggest problem with Miran is going to be like with the itself and like Shen Pao be annoying for it, but that's always been its own issue, even in the last reg. I feel like this month is like it's fundamentally too strong and it's too good to like not be any
Yeah,
lower than S.
I agree with you. I agree with you a lot. I think it's just fundamentally it's just broken, right? Fast pivot mon that hits incredibly hard. Now I think that you could kind of like be more diverse with your item choice too. I think Scarf. I could see a potential case for a use case for Scarf. Terra Electric Scarf at that. I think Scarf could see some usage. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I haven't really built too many teams, but I don't know if Specs is obviously probably the best set for it. But I could see use case for Scarf now.
Hmm.
Now that we're dealing with two broken restricted fast mons, and if you want to have like to be the fastest on the field, I think that Miraidon being able to pivot, being the first mon to switch out and or pick up knockouts potentially could be really huge, especially in certain matchups. So I could see it being used. I just like the fact that this mon just feels broken. It's S. I it can't be A. Like it just can't be
Right.
A. I can't find a reason to put it A. I mean, it won worlds. It's obviously really good in double restricted. And you know what's funny too? I noticed that a lot of Japanese players have also, well, towards the end of Reg G, they were kind of like testing out cloak stuff with it. With the there was like a Calm on cloak stuff
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
Ubi slow. He won
Yeah,
the cart ladder. He also won that one Japanese tournament. Like I think the
Yes.
Terra Square or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Terra Square. And
yeah,
there was a one with there was another set with like Orangaroo stuff, and that I was seeing on ladder
right.
especially too.
Day two
So
UAC.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that that's probably going to be a thing in this reg, but I just think that the more ideas now that there's two restricteds are going to be more explored, obviously, than just the spec set. So just be, I guess, on the scene, on the lookout for what Miraidons are trying to do. I do like it a lot. It's S for sure.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so looks like we're in the same path here. Pagos is a weird one. I haven't seen much of it. I would assume it's like okay at best because if you're bringing Pagos, then Pagos' main issue is just the lack of damage it can have without Calm Mind and Zamazenta. And I feel like I mean we haven't gone over Zom yet, but like Zom is probably gonna be like S or A realistically in
Hmm.
his metagame.
Hmm. Hmm.
And Koraidon's also gonna be like a guy too. And it's like with all these fighting types like doing well, Pagos I feel like would fall off a little bit in usage. Like part of me wants to say it's C. I know like the try-hard Pagos players will probably try to make like the best build for it. I know already some of the European players are like fiending trying to use the Pagos, right? Because it carried him Reg G. Um, but I don't know if they'll be able strong enough to carry it now into this regulation. Like I said, someone I just mentioned, there's not much synergy it has with most restricted Pokemon, right? Like you
Yes.
can't run a Miraidon because you try to your own terrain. You can't run a Koraidon because you try for your own sun. Same with Kyogre in its own rain. A lot of weather and terrain dependent Pokemon, like Pagos would mess them up. So it's
Yes, I
like,
agree.
um, it's like I don't think it'll ever be like awful, but it's not great. Also, thank you, Guido, for the follow and joining. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's weird. I don't know like how people will build around Pagos. Like we haven't gone to like restricted parents just yet, but like I haven't seen much of Pagos at all. So it's really hard to say.
Let's talk about the positives of Pagos, right? It's a very bulky type of mon. The only, I guess, the cons is that fighting types are probably going to be pretty huge. This format with Zamzenta and maybe and/or Koraidon picking up in usage. Uh, it could, turn off terrain, which is really good. And it also, if you tear it, you have the ability to hit it, the opposing Pokemon for super effective damage if you decide to, tear and go for Terra Starstorm. I think it's like that's the only real like use case for it. But I just feel like in a double restricted format, like you're not going to be able to do the whole fake out CM, all that pivot stuff without getting blown up. You know what I
Right.
mean? And because like now you have two mons that are broken instead of one.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I would have to see. I feel like there's going to be a Pagos team in this format. I don't think like it's gonna just disappear completely right from the face of the earth. But we just have to wait and see. Like I said, it's so early, but I think C is fair. Like I haven't seen too many Pagoses. I've probably seen one, if
Right.
anything. But I don't think it's too great. I could be wrong, but it could definitely jump from C to A potentially. It's that type of Pokemon, but I think putting it in C currently is fair because we're not seeing it too much.
Yeah, maybe someone can prove us wrong in the first regional, but currently I feel like it's the builds I don't think are as flexible as it was like last reg. So yeah.
Yeah,
Mewtwo, I don't think there's much we can say about this
yeah,
guy. This guy's like,
yeah,
oh god, he's
yeah,
so
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Is there
That is
any redeeming
dog.
quality about Mewtwo when CSR is in the format? We haven't even gone over CSR yet, but it's like Unnerve, but
Yeah,
this guy's Beast Boost and Unnerve, and
stick
then
to the movies.
it's to the
Stick.
movies. Yeah, we can skip over it. There's not much to say, man. We like it's just such outclassed by everything, literally. Like I'd rather actually use Lugia instead of Mewtwo.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
next. I actually think like this guy's probably D tier. Like there's always like one weird Lugia player in like day two. Like I remember Indianapolis, the first regional Reg G. There's one
Hmm.
Lugia in day two, and it's like a Calm Mind one with like Compe or whatever. Um,
I
but
feel like this is the format. My bad to cut you off. This is the
yeah,
format where you'll get away with like weird duos, like Lugia, like I don't know, Lugia Kyogre. I'm just putting stuff out there. Lugia Kyogre, or like Lugia, like Zacian, or something weird.
right,
Like something that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to a player that's using it, and they will definitely come with it because they've probably been testing it since day one to like day fucking 50. So
right.
I don't know. it's, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those weird Pokemon. It's like it's not like great because it's very passive, but if you get enough support for it, this guy's like almost unkillable. But like the hard part is positioning it, right? So if you're a diehard Lugia player, maybe John Who can carry it. That's what I can really think of.
Yeah, John Who.
Yeah, John Who likes Lugia, but I don't know about anyone else, but I could see being a maybe a decent D tier Pokemon. Um, Ho-Oh, I think is another one of these weird ones. I actually have heard some talk about Ho-Oh. I'm not gonna lie. People are saying that it walls Zamazenta. It pairs well with Miraidon. Apparently, I've seen people say it could wall Groudon. Um, but I don't. I think it's probably the same tier as Lugia because like I actually don't know how you build it. Like I'm hearing like how you can use it, but like what do you even pair Ho-Oh with if you can use it?
Like
Um,
in my head, right? Like I guess like if we're gonna think about duos, right? I think Miraidon Kali Ice is like probably like going to be like the number one duo in the beginning of the
uh-huh,
format, right? Give or take. I just feel like what's your defensive terror? Like if you're using that Pokemon, you know? I just feel like I'm right on Kali Ice team. This has everything to punish. Oh, I think I saw Lexicon. I think he was streaming, and he
uh-huh.
was using Ho Ho. It looked pretty cool. It was like Ho Ho, I think Terapagos. But yeah, I could definitely see.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like Ho
so
Ho
we
Terapagos.
so we found its partner.
I don't think he was too happy using it. I'll be honest. I think he wasn't a fan of it. But yeah, I think into Zamzenta it's like really cool. But it's like, what is it really doing back though? You know, that's the thing. I guess like
Right.
it gets Tailwind, it gets Sacred Fire. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Morcy's mic is very low. Okay, my bad. I don't know what to do.
We've been trying to fix Lorcy's mics for the past like 30 minutes. I don't know what's going on with it. Um, so sorry about
Yeah,
that. Hopefully it can sound
sorry.
better in the video. I recorded this, so we'll see. Anyways, yeah, so I mean Ho-Oh, I mean it's kind of passive, sort of. It's weird. I feel like it's not an easy one to use, but like theoretically it does match up well versus a decent amount of restricteds, right? Mainly maybe like Zama and Ice Rider, right? Being able to burn to physical restricteds is really good. But I think I think mainly like you said, Miraidon on Kali Ice pins it pretty hard because I think like the main Terra I think you can use on it's like Terra Grass, which is pinned by
Mhm.
Ice Rider. So maybe you pair it with something like Zamazenta with White Guard. I don't know like what else you use Ho for, but I mean based off that, I mean it's probably better than Lugia because it's more utility than it. But it's kind of like those weird spots where it's like we talked about Pacos earlier, like Pacos was clearly good before, but it's fallen off, and also the builds are not as flexible. And Ho, I think it's one of those Pokemon where it's like you cannot throw a Ho on any team and call it a day, right? I
Mhm.
feel like it's clearly like good versus some of the top ones, like Zama is the main one I feel. But besides that, it's like I feel like it's just not easy to support. But again, it's way too early to say. It clearly has some merit. It's just a question of like who can build, I guess, like the best Ho team if it's the call. So yeah,
Yeah, I think it's gonna be super niche, but it could
yeah,
be good.
it could be, but I don't think the top like many top players are gonna be like looking the first eye like, oh, I'm gonna make Ho work,
Nah,
right?
we know what they're looking at.
Yeah, yeah. um, yeah. So next is Kyogre.
Oh, I love this Pokemon. This is the money making Pokemon right here. The restricted god. This is the gods of restricted Pokemon right here. This is the money maker. I think Kyogre is damn near A. I would put it S just being
S.
me. I love that Pokemon so much, bro. It's just so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. But I'm saying just for the videos case, I'll put it A. I think that Kyogre is one of those mons that it could pair up well with a lot of the restricteds. It could do good with I know one of my friends was testing Miraidon and Kyogre, and they were running Thunder on Miraidon or whatever the case may be. And you could use, I mean, Ray Ogre was a thing, but I don't think it's gonna be a thing now. Cali Ice Ogre could be a thing. Zacian Ogre could be a thing. Zamzenta Ogre could be a thing. The list goes on and on. It's one of those flexible mons that you could just pair in a team, and it's also a mon. It's so easy to build around. It's like cookie cutter. Get your Torn, get your Kyogre, get your like Incineroar, maybe I don't know. Throw something on there, and it just works, right? It's
Right.
very easy to use. Like it's just a self-explanatory Pokemon.
I
It just
100% agree.
yeah,
It's yeah, Kyra's one of those
it's
ones. It's
magical.
like it's like you mentioned, like you compare it like Zacian, which Zacian's not one we went over just yet, but one like the weaknesses Kyra had was like Raging Bolt, right?
Hmm.
So now you have like better partners to support it. More ways to get rid of Raging Bolt because I mean if you run Tornogre, Bolt kind of counters your whole team. So Station helps out a lot versus that, and it just matches up well versus a lot of teams. Like Zama is like an issue for it, but like you can get around with it. Like you can maybe run Pump to get around Wide Guard, but Water Spout's a really spinnable button. It kind of nukes the field. It's like really good versus most CSR and Ice Rare, at least back in Reg G. Had a niche
Hmm.
there. And I feel like with the right team, and like you said, you can throw in almost any team like Ice Rider, Zacian. You mentioned Miraidon earlier. That makes a lot of sense too. Cover shutter pretty well. Um,
Yeah.
so because of that, I mean, I feel like it's either A or I don't know what S. I feel like so when I think of S tiers, I think of like the mons that are like super fast, super consistent.
Hmm.
Like Miraidon's like always consistent because it's Draco, but like Drift and Volt Switch and Speed stats like amazing, and like stuff like CSR and like and stuff as well. Like they can't miss their moves. And I feel like the main thing holding back Kyogre is its slight inconsistency.
Yes.
Like obviously you can get around it sometimes, but
Hmm.
it's still Kyogre at the end of the day. I feel like it's sometimes wrong putting any higher than that because it's like there are games where you can miss Opals. Like you remember that Oliver set, bro, in Birmingham finals?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That
That
was
shit
bad.
was it was depressing. That was so depressing. If I lose to Opals miss in finals, you never see
Yeah.
me again.
If I losing, was it like 2K, bro? My stomach would hurt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was. Oh, couldn't be
funny
me.
enough, funny enough, like, all right, this is old school Gramps lore. In 2016 top four Philadelphia regionals, I'm playing against Choppa,
Hmm.
and I needed to hit O Pulse to win, to move into finals, and I missed. It was like the last turn, and I'm like,
No.
oh, I hate this Pokemon so much, but it's so good at the same time. But nah, I agree with you. Like, it's A. Respectfully, me being biased, it's S because I feel comfortable with it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, nah, it's definitely an A tier Pokemon. I also like, I don't know. I was doing some test matches against a lot of Groudon teams, and like I honestly felt like easy mode. Like when I was playing a lot of the Groudon teams, or just some teams in general. Like it just, I didn't have to think too much. It was kind of like every turn was just self-explanatory on what to do. I feel like for a regional, and I think like a underrated rule is like you don't want to think too much into the game. You don't want to like overplay yourself. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is like a like Kyogre's like a mon where it's like Pengi Kyogre, for example, was I feel like is a very simple like I won't say cookie cutter, but straight through team that you could just understand completely. You
Right.
know, like it's just self-explanatory. You got your Tailwind, you got the I think Serena that blocks fake out, and it just blows things up. So yeah, I mean yeah, A is good. A is good, 100%.
Sounds good to me. Also, Ashton is flaming us for putting Koraidon in B tier. He
Man,
he
Koraidon,
just
I said Koraidon. Ashton, I love you, but no.
yeah. I mean, Ashton can make prove it work. Maybe at he's going to Milwaukee. I want to see Koraidon win then if it's really A or S tier. Um, but yeah, next is Dawn. We just went over Kyogre, so it's like perfect, right? Groudon, I feel like it had its niche in Reg G because it was okay versus Miraidon, but Miraidon players got better and they knew Groudon's not like that real, so they're able to beat it.
Mhm,
But now in double restricted, I feel like Groudon actually has some merits. I just laddered with it yesterday on stream. We ran a Lunadon, a classic combo from forever, right? I think that Groudon does pair really well with Lunala, and that makes Lunala more of a Pokemon, which we haven't gone over just yet. When we do, I think they work pretty well. And because of that, I think it's probably not as bad as it was in Reg G, even though it has P-Blades. Because P-Blades, like, the worst part about Groudon is, unlike Kyogre, Kyogre has Water Spout. Groudon only has V-Blades for its
that's it.
stab. That's it. He's pretty broke without it. There's no 100% accurate move with Groudon that's stab. Besides, he crash when you Terra, but you have to Terra, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think the main perk of Groudon is it's with Clear Amulet, you're good versus Incin. You can hit Zacian, you're good versus Miraidon. And with the right partners, you can still beat stuff like Cali Ice, like Wide Lunala and stuff, right? So I think it's one of those Pokemon where it's like obviously not flexible, but you can still make it work with the right comp. And because of that, I want to say it's probably C tier because you can definitely like only throw in like maybe one or two comps realistically, right? Like
Yeah.
the one that comes to mind is like Groudon Lunala because it's classic. I've also seen Groudon Miraidon pop up a little bit
Mhm.
because Miraidon, it's similar like Raging Bolt, right? Deals well with like the water types for it and stuff. So probably wants to say it's probably C tier for that reason. It's like these builds can like are not nearly as flexible as others, but they can still shine their own way. right? That's what I think C tier is. It's like average at best, very niche, but good players can make it work. Is what I'm thinking.
Ye- Yeah, yeah. There's nothing else left to say about that one. Like you hit it right on the head, right? It's not doing much. Right? It's doing stuff, but it's not doing much in a format where I think wide guard is going to be very prominent.
Uh huh.
I don't know. I think it's just harder to use now that we're in a double restricted format where like everybody is probably looking at Zamazenta as their. I don't want to say everybody, but most teams are going to have that one wide guard user on their teams now because like wide guard is probably really good in this format. So I
Yeah.
don't know. It's tough to use.
It's tough to use. I still feel like Sun is like inherently busted. Like that's why we have Koraidon as high. But like I feel like Koraidon, like I mentioned, like you can throw in on more comps than Groudon.
Mm-hmm.
That's Groudon's main issue. I guess you run like CSR and stuff too, but we'll see. We'll see. I just P Blades is like really scary to click. So yeah. Guess with moving on. We got Rayquaza. I don't think this mon's very good. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, Gen 3, it's hard for them to keep up, man. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Groudon and Kyogre, the only reason why they're even usable is because their abilities are carrying them. You know what I mean? Their
Yeah.
stats are not like the best. It's not crazy. It's not nothing like Miraidon or Cali Ice and friends. But like okay, yes, back in the day, like Ray was like a thing. Like it was a thing at one Worlds in 2016 in a double restricted format at that. But
Right.
now we just have Miraidon, we have Cali Ice. It's just too much going on, and you don't want to waste your terror on like Rayquaza every game that you go into, and that's the kind of mon that it gives. Those are the vibes that it gives. Like it's a Terra Hog, Dragonade, Swords Dance Extreme Speed. You're not really gonna pick up crazy knockouts with it. It's boring. To me, it's boring. It's not really doing too much. This is not like only a weather format. There's terrain now. We have like I said, Miraidon. I don't know. I would say D at best. That's just me being generous. Uh,
Right.
I could be totally wrong though. I could be totally wrong, but like I don't know. I feel like Terapagos and Ray have like a similar. I want to say similar niche, but like I don't know. I don't like it. It's D.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. I agree. It's probably D. It's just like again, like you said, it one worlds of Kyogre, but that was Mega Ray, man. I mean, he's
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
that's true. That's true. I forgot.
yeah. Bro's kind of broke about a Mega, and I feel that like there are similar Pokemon. Like if you want to use a Dragon Flying type that has like the Terradome E Speed stuff, I think actually Dragonite probably outclasses Ray by a long shot. If you want to use the same typing, sure, it doesn't have the flying move, but E Speed is like why you want to use like most of these guys, right? And Turn of Winter's like cool and all, but like I feel like you mentioned, like we got the big guys in the house. We got CSR, we got Miraidon, we have Ice Ride. They don't care about weather. They're super strong about it. So Airlock is only working with Groudon and Kyogre, and that's it. And again, we're not in a primal format where those guys are in every single team. So I don't think
Yeah,
it's nearly as good. Also apparently your audio's fixed.
we lit.
Yeah.
Sit.
Hopefully it sounds good in the
Mm.
recording. So, I think I turned you up a little bit. I was trying to mess around with it, but looks like you're.
Nah, I fixed something on my settings. I had something set up for my stream. I realized. I was like, oh, let's just turn this off.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. Okay. Next we got Dialga. Both ones. I
Hear,
guess we start with
hear
the.
me out. Hear me out. I know this sounds crazy, but I think it's a lot better than D. I think it's C. I don't think
See.
Dialga's. I think it's C.
Okay.
I might be crazy, but like it resist. I don't want to say it's neutral into most of the meta threats besides Zom,
Uh-huh.
and that's
Okay.
all I'm giving it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
No,
That's
no.
all I'm saying.
It's really good versus Kyogre, who is A tier.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. Tanner mentioned like Kyogre, not Kyogre, Ice Rider, Dialga. So they pair. I actually faced that on stream yesterday. It's like double trick room, right?
Hmm.
We had what Palkia Ice Rider before, right? Kind of similar, like you resist the water types. I mean, obviously you don't have the water stab, but Palkia's kind of cheeks right now, right? But
Hmm.
Dialga, it's pretty cool in its own right. Being weak to Zom is like a little bit awkward, but you can always defensively Terra, which is good, or pair it
Hmm.
with Mungus. So it's probably okay Trick 'em Sweeper. It also gets telepathy. I've seen some people run
Okay.
like I think Ursaluna.
Ursaluna.
Yeah,
Ursaluna, right? Yeah,
with
I could see
Earthquake.
that cheese. Listen,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like Instant, Dialga, probably some Sinister along the line with Ursaluna. Like
Oh, Sinistra, that's
people,
cool.
people tend to forget how broken like Trick Room and like a mom that abuses Trick Room is. Like if you could somehow get a board where it's like you pivot out into Ursaluna and you set up Trick Room and you got to play the game. Now it's like super tough because Ursaluna is just picking knockouts left and right. And I think that another underrated thing in like a double restricted formats, it's so like good to be able to have knockout pressure like every turn, and Ursaluna gives you that, right? So
Right.
not to boost Dialga and say like this is like the best next thing,
Right.
but I don't think it's trash. Okay, I don't think it's trash. I don't think it's trash.
Right. No, I agree. I see the vision of it. Like, there's definitely gonna be some people using it. I also know it almost day two the Talon special last year. So
What?
yeah, yeah. Marco told me that. I looked it up. You can like go Top Cook Explorer, and I think like it went like what was it? 5-3 at the time. So yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah. And they
Uh,
want to talk about American regionals, man. Please. Anyways.
yeah. Same tier as Groudon. Yeah, man. Because Groudon, I mean, talking about it earlier, I feel like Groudon's like not awful, but I just like Keyblade sucks, man. It sucks, bro. Um, okay, I guess we'll move on. I got the Vision Dialga, but I guess the other one is probably not nearly as good. But this one gets to hold item is the main difference, right?
Yeah,
I think the with this guy, he's stuck with Adamant Orb, right?
yeah, yeah.
So does that change anything with him? Even though his stats are like a little bit worse?
I
I have no idea.
I think we'll throw him an E. I don't think people like even look at him, to be honest.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, no one's looking at the left. These guys are so outdated. They don't even exist anymore.
They're done. They're done. Pack them
They're
up.
done. Pack them up.
Pack them up. This is the new school. Listen, I'm old school, and I love these Pokemon. Don't get me wrong. I'm from the old school generation. I'm Gramps now, so like those are my Pokemon. I'm not afraid to say it. Pack them up. Don't use them at events. Don't waste $75. I'm telling you, do not waste your 75. These events are getting mad expensive. I started VGC when it was free, so I had the luxury of bringing nonsense and getting away with it. I do not want y'all to lose $75 bringing some crazy Mewtwo. Don't do it. Don't be that person.
No, you're spitting. You're spitting. You gotta let them know. Okay, that's great. So yeah, we can ignore these guys because I mean, why use them? We got the new guys, the bigger forms. Because Pocket Origin's like similar to Dialga, right? I mean, it also has Trick Room and it's like faster though. It's like what? I think speed up's like kind of weird. It's like 120 or 115. I don't know exactly.
Oh, it's that
Um,
fast?
it's fast. Yeah, it got faster. It's like
Oh
horse.
wow.
It's a horse now. He can gallop.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and Space Sprint's a strong move. It kind of sucks it has only pump. It's like main problem.
Yeah,
Um,
then that just brought it down a couple points.
yeah, like it's only water stab is really pump that you can run reliably. I think it gets water pulse, but it's I don't know if it's as consistent
Yo,
as
Tank,
Dialga.
don't be nice, bro. You
Yeah,
know,
okay. He's probably like he's gotta be better than this guy. So he's probably like one up him.
yeah, he's like E plus. You're right. Like he's like
Yeah.
E plus.
Yeah, he barely made D tier. He barely made it. Um Giratina's probably on a similar level. I actually know some Japanese players have used it in a Reg G, but like I feel like why? Right? Or
No,
I,
I don't know what happened. You know, this is what happened. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This is gonna be a little funny video, but enjoy.
okay.
Japan got bored. They
They
got
got
bored.
bored.
Yeah, they got bored. They used all the good stuff and started clapping people, and then they're like, all right, let's experiment. Let's have
That's
fun with
true.
this. You
You're
know
not
what I mean? Let's
wrong.
have fun with it. No, it's the truth. Like
Yeah,
people think I'm like, it's the truth. They
yeah,
got bored and they
you're right.
experimented.
You're right. You're
And all
right.
of a sudden, Giratina got like top 20. Like I'm working at 9 to 5, and I go on Twitter and I see like Giratina top 20 on in-game ladder. I'm like, no way, yo, this is crazy.
Bro,
This is crazy.
that was Arbega of all people. Arbega got like 20th. The guy who made Miraidon so popular.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he's definitely bored. He done beat the game like 30 times like with that team.
yeah,
So
that's funny.
yeah, I think Giratina. I think we would have to put it like high D, like higher than Ray. It's got to be higher than Ray.
Which one? Which one? Both of them?
Ah,
Because this one's different. Like the pressure one, the Japanese I saw running it, they run like Calm Mind with the pressure stall. And
yeah, I
this
was
this
testing
this
that.
and this one is the the offensive one, the physical one with Levitate, and that's what Arabega used to do really well on Cart Ladder with it for some reason. I don't know how he
Mm,
did so well with it, but it's like they're probably D tier, like both of these guys, maybe in their own right. I don't know like which one's better. Probably this one's better, but I don't know because I feel like Giratina is
mm.
like kind of similar to Lugia with this one because the
Okay, that's
Japanese
fair.
like
Yeah,
it
we'll leave it.
like it's bad, but it has dude, it has more results than Mewtwo, so it can't be that bad.
That's true.
You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? You know what I mean?
I can't believe you.
If it's got more results than Mewtwo, it's not going to be an E tier. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
that's this is how the tier list is gonna be
yeah.
ranked. um,
Uh,
Reshiram
is,
though,
is he Gen 5?
yeah, Reshiram's Gen 5. This guy's pretty bad. I don't know if he's any better than actually has Reshiram has any results. I don't think so.
Miraidon just cooks everybody here, though. Like,
He
I
cooks all
don't
the
know,
dragons.
man.
All dragons get
Yo,
cooked, bro.
yeah, all the dragons is getting cooked. Oh, man, it's tough to be a dragon that's, like, not
Yeah.
in this new game. But I don't want to put it E. I don't want to put it E, but it's E, right? Like, it's just not good. What is it doing?
Yeah, yeah. Someone mentioned that it had sword and shield results, but that was with Dynamax. With Terra, I mean, it's cool, I guess, but it doesn't go big. It doesn't have max Quake, no max Flare. Yeah, it's like why use your special attack in Dragon with Reshiram when you can use your Miraidon, right? This guy's faster. He's faster Dracos, and it's too slow. I feel like it's like I'd rather use Giratina than Reshiram. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably like Mewtwo tier, but maybe a little bit better Mewtwo. Like like here or something. Actually, Mewtwo's gotta be lowest. Mewtwo's like really bad, so probably like something like this.
Yeah. I could
Mhm.
see Zekrom or Kyogre being a thing, but like I said, like why would you use Zekrom if you could use like
Right.
isn't it the same typing as Miraidon? Like it is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No. In Worlds of Marco, this guy gets Tailwind. You know exactly what's Tailwind?
Oh wow.
So it can't be bad. Yeah, he said that, and I was like, oh, so it can't be bad, right? Because that's gets Tailwind. But no, it's really bad. The one victory road tour that Marco entered with Zekrom, he did in day two. So I think that says a lot, knowing Marco.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Zekrom is probably not good. Same as Kieran Black. I feel like he's the same
All these
as
dragons throw them in the E tier, man. They're not doing nothing
yeah.
for us, man. I'm sorry.
Kieran
I
White
don't
is
know
like
how.
I don't know. You think Kieran White is E? Some people like hype him up because he can miss snow teams, but like everyone says that, but like he doesn't do
Cut
well.
it. Cut it. Well, nah. E. Gotta be.
E?
Is there like a potential snow team that would be good in this reg though? Like we gotta really think
Well,
about
let's
it.
think about this.
None.
What would be good with Kieran White? I can't think of any possible comparings with it. Um, Maybe I don't know. He's like Zama kind of folds him. I'm not gonna lie. Zama kind of folds him. Um, and Miraidon
It
also
just gets
folds him.
cooked.
I mean, okay,
It just
the one good matchup that Kieran White has is versus Kyogre. And
good luck.
that's maybe it. Um, I don't know, I feel like its special attack set's like really high, and you can probably pair it, but like it's definitely not that great. But like it might be like barely out of because I think it's definitely better than Reshiram and people, but it's not that
You
good.
got it.
I
You
think
you 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 gonna want Blizzard? Like I don't know. Guard's a thing.
yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just too much going on. I ain't gonna lie. Put it straight to E, man. We
Is
done.
that bad? Okay. Well, yeah. Because like whenever I talk to Joe about this, bro, Joe was always like, "Oh, because Articuno run regional, Kieran White can win one as well."
Yo,
But
listen.
apparently, okay.
Pack them up.
All right, okay, we stick with it. We stick with it. This is Lorcy's fault. This is Lorcy's fault. No, you're right. You're right. Because you gotta do too much with it. It's just
Listen, I'm not, yo, bro. If people's clicking rain dance, water spout, and I gotta do some crazy stuff to set this Pokemon, I'm not playing that game. It's not happening. It's just not happening.
no, you're so real for that. Yeah. So Galeo, I think it's like one of those guys where, I mean, like, why use him? I mean, I get what he does, right? He gets Trick Room.
Ability's cool. Ability's cool.
Ability is cool. I mean, is it better than any of these other guys? I don't know.
Oh, it's definitely not E. It can't be like E. It gotta be D, like low D, if anything.
Like
I don't
Lodi,
think it's like,
probably
yeah, because it
higher
just,
than Palkia, of course.
I just, ability and typing. I think that the typing is not like too crazy.
I was
It's
probably
not
here somewhere.
that bad.
Yeah.
Steel is cool. Steel is always. I don't know. I like steel types. I think that the ability and its typing carries it a little bit, but I don't think it's like, oh my god, great. I
Oh,
think these stick the
it
best
gets
of the
White
time.
Guard too, right?
Oh yeah, I think it does. Yeah, it gets Michael for
Yeah,
sure. It does. Yeah. Yep.
it's like budget Lunala if you really want to
Yeah.
use it, right?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but yeah, it's definitely better than Kirim. So yeah, I mean, speaking of Lunala, I actually really like this guy. This
All
guy
right.
this guy's sick. I think this guy's probably like B tier, at
Ah.
least.
I'm damn. I'm biased, but yes, I think it's A. I've
Oh,
been
you,
that's
you
the
think it's
mon
A?
I'm testing.
Oh,
That's the mon I'm testing. You know, right now I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I don't. I'll be honest. The ability is broken. Typing is great. You know what I mean? It has like so many use cases, like in terms of move sets. You could go Calm Mind, Moonblast, Moongeist Beam that Eric Rios ran to get second. You
right,
could go the Power Herb set, which like shits on Ensign, right? Sorry, pardon my
right.
French. It poops on Ensign.
Just
Um,
Vincent.
there's just a lot. I feel like, and that's me. I feel like this Pokemon is good in a double restricted format. I feel like it has a lot of use case. I mean, A is kind of crazy. I know too. It's so early to put it A. I think B is a more respectable position
Right,
because, like, but like I don't know. Like Lunala is like one of those weird Pokemon where it's like in the beginning of like every like restricted format, it's like I don't know if I want to use it, and then it like picks up towards like the middle ground or end, and it's like it's like really good.
That's exactly what happened in
Uh,
Reg G. So
yeah,
yeah.
yes. So I like it.
No, I, I can mess with that because like when I was using it yesterday, it was actually pretty impressive. Like it lives every hit. Shadow Shield's like nuts, especially with Terra.
Hmm.
Like nothing's
Yeah.
killing this guy. It's like now with Terra, you don't gotta play these like Wide Guard Mind Games with CSR, right?
No.
It's like you can tear up Rift if you want to take the Astral Barrage, set up Trick Room, or kill a Moongeist, and for your sweepers. And then Meteor Beam's like really good with it because you can kill Instant. The Wide Guard sets are always good. If you always run Wide Guard this guy. You can run Expanding Force like that one Vancouver. I don't think the Side Spin one's like as good. You probably run a more support set of Wide Guard. Or like you
Hmm.
mentioned, Calm Mind. Just run like Fake Out, Instant Rilla. I guess Lunala, why not, right? Like Eric Rios. And yeah, I think it's one that's actually more splashable than a lot of these Pokemon we have here already, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like you mentioned, like it's good versus like it's good on Miraidon, it's good on Groudon. You can probably throw it on what else? I mean, literally anything, right? Any wide
Literally.
guard, like wide guard restricted. Like that's why Zamazenta we haven't gone over yet, but that guy's pretty high too for that reason. It's a very flexible support piece Pokemon, but it's also a
Hmm.
support piece Pokemon that does damage. Like this is why Rios ran it instead of Pagos, like because you actually do real damage with like +1 or even without +1.
Yeah.
Because Moongeist is
Yep.
such a busted move. So you know what? I mess with this.
Exactly.
I think it's like probably one of the best supports in the game with Sama. So A makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. I currently have a team now, and I'm testing it. I like it's early format, so I don't want to. I'm like pretty high with it, so I
Okay.
like it a lot. I don't know.
Okay. No, that makes sense to me. Yeah. I guess
Hmm.
next is Dawn Wings. This guy's pretty bad. I think this guy's like
I'm gonna be real. The next two Pokemon on this list that I don't know their names and I don't know what they do, but it can't be good, right? It literally just can't be good.
okay. So did you ever play Sun and Moon?
I did I play? Yes, I played Sun and Moon, but I retired. I took a
Okay.
break. Like I played. I didn't play the Ultra. I don't think I played Ultra.
Yeah. So these guys are from Ultra. So this is Lunala with Necrozma. It's like he like stole him and like fused
Hmm.
with it. So it's still the same typing, but it's like way slower. These guys are like slower. Dawnwings, they also have a different ability. They both instead of the Shadow Shield, whatever, it has Prism Armor.
Hmm.
So it takes
Hmm.
it takes less from super effective. It has a higher special attack stat. It's a bit slower, but Shadow Shield's like all around like a more better ability, right?
Hmm.
Um, Usually it's paired on these Trick Room teams.
Uh-huh.
Like there's a few people back in Reg G that use them on Trick Room teams, like for E4 stuff. But I don't think it's nearly as consistent as Lunala. It's not like ass, but it's not like great. You can't throw this guy on every team like Lunala.
I, I I understand. Is this the mon that turns into like a dragon too? Like it.
He can.
Uh,
Back in Ultra Sun and Moon when you can
yeah.
when he
Yeah.
Z
Okay. Okay.
move.
So
Yeah,
now I remember. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Put him in E. Put him in E.
I don't think. Okay, I don't think he's that bad. We mentioned this earlier. I don't. I don't think it's not Mewtwo tier. It's not Mewtwo
Okay.
tier,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
but it's
Okay.
like a little bit above it. You know, it's like I much rather use Dawn Wings and Dawn Main instead of Mewtwo. Like it's like Sogaleo level, right? It's like these Pokemon. It's like why use these instead of Lunala?
Uh,
But it's
okay.
like if you're feeling special and quirky, you can use it instead of Lunala. These
Okay.
are the Pokemon for you. Right? Right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I dig it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this is a
Zacian.
spicy pick. Zashi. What we thinking? What we thinking?
He kind of made a comeback. I don't think he's like obviously not as good as Sword and Shield because the nerf is pretty bad for it.
Yep.
Not like having a +1 over and over again was quite nice.
Hmm.
Um, so probably want to say he's probably B tier because he's not like you can't throw him in every team now because like Zacian was like the best restricted before these came out,
Hmm.
but Instin's like a bit rough for it, but it's really good versus Miraidon and Ice Rider and stuff. Um, I think that you
Would
can
would that bump it up to A? Question: Would that bump it up
uh,
to A? Assuming Mirai and Cali Ice is like the main duo people are going to, because
right.
technically speaking, right, that Pokemon single handedly does well into both. That's the argument, right?
That's the argument. It's like it's one of those Pokemon that it does deal well with most of the game. It's actually rank one on the show on ladder right now too. I lost on the stream yesterday. It was like someone was
Oh,
running it on a Zacian CSR team.
mm-hmm,
And then of course you can run Zacian on a lot of different comps like Zacian CSR, Zacian Kyogre is probably the most classic one you can think of, right?
mm-hmm.
Swordfish, and then I don't know if Zacian Groudon would work, but that probably is probably okay, like back in the day. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a Pokemon that can still work. It's like a matchup check Pokemon for Miraidon in particular, because I
I
think
agree.
I think I think we all know Miraidon's gonna be like that guy, right?
Yeah,
So because it eats up Miraidon and Ice Rider, and it has a really
and
great
it
speed
has a
tier,
great speed stat. It's in a great speed tier too.
it
So there's a
is.
lot going. There's a lot more positive. That, like, okay, we're talking about the positives. Let's talk about the negatives. What makes this Pokemon like not A? What would
Uh,
classify it to make it B? I guess that's the counter argument.
I think like Instant's pretty rough for it in general. I mean,
Okay.
you can run Sacred Sword. That's actually the one I lost to. Sacred Sword can hit the instant, which is nice. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Heart Flame is also annoying for it. Heart Flame kind of hard walls you, right? Um, I don't know how popular Heart Flame's going to be, but it's really good versus I would say Zacian.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so mostly Intim, fire types, and that's really it. I feel like there's nothing like crazy countering Zacian.
Mm-hmm.
But like those ones when they were like any like physical mons like that. I've been having issues with CSR using Zacian. That makes sense as well because you pair CSR with Incineroar, so the fake out plot cycle, right? So Zacian in particular, it's a lot worse for Abula versus these standard balance comps. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. Kian, one of the best Asian players in Reg G right now, he was always saying that CSR is one of his worst matchups was Zacian. So
Yeah, I could see, like, okay, this is the one thing that makes this format like really good. This is not Reg G no more, guys. So we're not. I'm not. It's early to say, but this is my like early like assessment on everything. I feel like this is gonna be one of the formats, especially early format, where you're gonna see like the craziest duos. Like when you go to regional, you're gonna see concepts that are like, you're gonna see concrete stuff, obviously towards like the later rounds if you're winning and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I don't see myself playing into like six Cali Shadows in a tour in a tour. You know what I mean?
I
First
don't
reg. I feel like
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. The CSR,
six,
dude, you'll be surprised, bro.
six.
Have you seen that the Vancouver guy who made finals?
Yeah.
He ran in Prison Ice Rider and he pulled like 6 Ice Rider in a row. I know that's not the first regional, but like it still says like if it's restricted like that popular and we know CSR is gonna be on top, like who's gonna say you're not gonna pull CSR that many times
Nah,
in a row, right?
I guess you're right. I guess okay. Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. Because yes, a Cali Zam is a thing, and I know it's a thing because I've played it into a lot as well. I guess I retract my statement then.
Yeah.
I can't even argue it. Yeah.
I think it's clearly good.
I don't know. Six is
It's
egregious. I don't know, dude. I don't because I be going into an event and I'm thinking like, yo, I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hit this like mad times, and I don't hit it at all, bro. I'm telling you, it always happens to me at least. Like I don't know.
you're just
I don't
unlucky,
know.
bro. You're unlucky. Yeah. I don't know. I I want to say it'd still be like yes, it does well versus like quote unquote Miraidon and Ice Rider. Like that particular combo that everyone's gonna use. It resists both, right? Draco and Glacial, and it's faster than Miraidon. But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Um, Also Yotam. Dialga is in the same tier as Pagos because Lorcy's crazy. He's hyping it up. That's why.
Okay. Let me explain before we place Zacian somewhere.
Okay.
Dialga is not D. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Pagos and Dialga are like the same, but you can't put that Dialga in D. In my opinion, I'm just saying.
I think that's valid. I think that's valid. Like he's saying it's bad, but it can't be that bad. You
Yeah, it can't be that bad.
know? Right? So yeah, anyways, back to Zacian. I don't know, man. Like I know you're hyping it up. I feel like I think B is safe because we ranked Koraidon kind of similar. It's like Koraidon, like we know it's clearly strong, but like
Mm.
the builds I don't think are as like as consistent, or we don't know the best builds for it yet. I feel like Zacian's like we know can fit on a few restricteds, but it's still
Yeah.
Zacian
Okay.
in this format where it got nerfed, right? So yeah.
I'm cool with Zacian being B, but I can see Zacian Ogre doing numbers.
Oh
Is
yeah,
it?
no.
Is
Like
it?
this is a day one tier list. If we can always
Yeah.
revisit this and make fun of ourselves, because goddamn, sometimes
Yeah,
we
that's
have
true.
really awful takes when the format drops. Like I'm
That,
telling you,
that is
sometimes
true.
we are
That is
not
true.
we are not spot on sometimes. So like you gotta take this with a grain of salt. Like I've only had 13 games in this format, and this format has only been out for 1 day on Showdown Ladder. So yeah, but like this
So
is
it's
just
too early.
pure
Too early to tell.
speculation and theory, but also kind of just going like best bus of like previous results and just like overall current metagame. So yeah. Um yeah, next is the bad Zacian. I don't think this guy's like worth mentioning a whole lot. Like the only reason why you want to use Zacian for this one, the baby one, is because you can run an item and not get intimidated. Like I know some Japanese players running clear ammo on this one, but it's not that good, right?
Oh, they that bored. Okay, you put it in E.
They're bored. They're bored, man. You're not wrong. They're pretty bored. Yeah, everyone's like instant E. Yeah, it's like that's like the only viable step. It's like why not use that as Zacian? So yeah, that's your main point. Yeah, next we can go on to yeah, this guy's like the top dog, right? I think
S.
yeah, I
So
think
good.
it's very good. I it's like the Buzz Lightyear meme when everyone's saying like they're gonna run Caesar Zama, but it's literally that good. They just
Yeah.
cover each other so well, and it's similar to Lunala, like a good wide guard support option. But Zama just having body press is really strong versus like stuff like Incineroar. So like automatically you pair really well with Shadow Rider. So like instants always pin if they're Terra Ghost, right? And then yeah, you just resist everything as well. It's really good versus Rillaboom. It's really good versus Ice Rider, particularly Ice Rider. Like this guy just like destroys Ice Rider. And if Ice Rider's gonna be on top, then Zama's gonna be on top, right? Uh,
Yeah, for sure.
so yeah, I don't think it's.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not too. Let me. Well, when we get to it. When we get to it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. You have anything else to say about Zama? Like I feel like it's so good. I feel like it doesn't need much of a. There's not much to talk about because everyone knows it's good.
Honestly, it's so good. Everybody knows exactly the way to run it.
Yep.
Everybody, for the most part.
Yep.
Defensive terrors. I think. Honestly, I think Bug could be pretty good right now instead of Dragon,
Bug.
just because. Yeah, I've been thinking about Bug
Okay.
because Dragon, like you're gonna probably play a lot of Cali Ice um
I kind of
and
see
you're gonna
it.
deal. You see it like it
Yeah.
has neutral into like most of the threats,
It's
like
only
most of the
really
top tier
bad
threats.
versus Chiyu. I think is the only one. The only reason why I went Dragons versus Fire, but Bug is better
Yeah,
for like the other random stuff,
yeah.
right? So
It all depends on, but barring like let's forget about the restricted. Just the partners. It all depends on the partners, and I think that there might be use
right,
case for Bug if let's say Chiyu wasn't as popular anymore as before because Chiyu was broken because of spread moves. If you really think about it, right?
right.
Spread moves and scarf, throwing a scarf on it and enabling your special attack to do more damage. Um, I could see Bug. I think a couple of my friends were actually telling me like to try it out. I haven't had time to, but I just think all in all, this Pokemon's just really good,
Yeah,
and it's also good into Koraidon too. Bug is good into Koraidon.
yeah. That's valid. I feel like Grass has seen usage before too, even though it's weak to fire. Like if you run Zom on a rain team, I'm sure you can get away with like not Terra Dragon. Um, but yeah, we already know why it's good. There's not much more to say. Next is the baby Zama, which you said you were gonna say something crazy about it. What were you gonna say?
Oh, not this one. I was good Cali Ice.
Oh, Cali Ice. Okay. I was just something about it. I don't think it's actually that bad.
Okay.
Because you there's one cool thing about it. You can run an item, but also
Okay.
like it's faster than the other Zam. So some Zams I've been seeing well, I just showed up. It was like they're running in prison, right? So if you run the fastest Zamazenta with the baby form, you can imprison other Zamazenta, which is like really funny.
Hmm.
Is it good?
And
I
then,
don't think it's like very good, but it's like a niche, right? It's like one of those things that's like, well, maybe you could run it. It's probably like
mhm.
it's not as bad as Mewtwo, is what I'm thinking, but it's probably not as good as like a lot of these other guys, right?
So
Um,
you want to put it like high? Like you want to put it like E plus or like
E plus.
or D?
He's probably like
Or
D. I think he's like
D.
I think
Alright.
he's like here, right? Somewhere here. Doesn't really
If we
matter.
got that fast, if we got the fast Palkia thing in D, you got to put this in D too. I guess that's fine.
Yeah. There's like no particular order. It's like these guys are just better than Mewtwo. You know? That's
Yeah.
really it. And in friends here.
Poor Mewtwo, man.
Poor Mewtwo. uh E-turn. This guy's pretty bad, right? Um
I don't know. I don't
I mean
know.
he's not like awful. I know
Resist Zom, res, resist Ogre,
uh,
resist Koraidon,
mhm,
bad into Cali Ice. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know if it's one of those mons like I feel like in an event you don't want to play against, like because you just know some weird stuff, some weird nonsense team is
Okay.
about to be constructed with it. That's how I feel, at
You're
least.
not wrong. If I'm facing pressure stall cosmic power, I turn this, I'm gonna like break my monitor. So you're not like wrong. I feel like
I put it C.
you put a C. It's Dialga
Yeah,
tier.
like low C, like low C, like
I think he's gotta be he's gotta be better than Dialga, right? Dialga does not. I feel like Dialga kind of stands out here.
yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, yeah, E-turn is like one of those mons that European players love using him. I feel like he's only day two European events because at Stockholm he had more usage to Zamazenta, which I found like really funny. Uh,
Yeah, that's crazy. I woke up at like no to get off tangent. I woke up at
uh,
like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and turn is going crazy on stream. That was another thing. I don't know. That was nuts. But
yeah,
shout out to that Eternus player that won on stream. But I don't know.
yeah.
Like I don't know in a double restricted format. I don't know. I just have to see. Like I just have to see. It's C for sure.
Yeah, just defensively, I don't know like how they make it work, but like if you can set the cosmic power stuff up, you can pressure stall a lot, like Astral, Glacial, and then again you wall Zama. You can't touch it back
Yeah.
really, but you do wall it. So
Yeah.
if you like stall and you want to play timer, so like have 1 hour games and hold everyone back, then feel free to make everyone miserable and run Eternatus. Oh yeah. um, Ice Rider and Shadow Rider. So I mean, obviously we know these guys are good.
Yeah.
But for Ice Rider's case, is it S tier? Is the question. I don't actually want to
I'm gonna
face it.
say nay.
Think no? Yes or no?
I'm saying no.
No? Okay. I want to hear your
I
reasoning
think
first.
it's
I think you play more of the format than me so far, so I'm curious to see.
I think it's high A at best.
Uh-huh.
I think that last format, I don't know. It's Wide Guard is a lot more prevalent now than ever.
Yeah,
Not
right.
to say that, it's stopping Cali Ice from being Cali Ice, but it's just I don't think it's completely broken. With the top two Pokemon, there's a lot of things that you gotta deal with it up front. Like you can't stop it from doing what it has to do. I feel like if a Pokemon could get walled, I won't say walled, but if I could stop you from doing one of your most strongest moves turn by turn in a restricted format, then I don't think like you deserve to be S tier. I think its
Right.
stats, its ability, everything, all that great, amazing, but it's a lot harder to use. I think now rather than before. Because you're just dealing with two buddies, and especially White Guard is a thing now. So I
That's
don't know.
true. Like in single restricted, your hardest matchup was CSR and Zama. Now you gotta deal with both of
Yeah,
them at once. So it's
yeah, that's
like it still has like Trick Room and its bulk is really good. Glacial Lance is going to be like a must have regardless. So if you have a
mm,
well dedicated Trick Room team or Tail Room team, like you pair it with Miraidon, I'm sure it works out well because Miraidon handles Sama pretty well and such.
mm.
But it's it's just not nearly as consistent as it was before. I think that I'd agree. It's like it's never gonna be bad. I don't think Ice supposed to be washed. People have said it before, but it's not as good as last format because of this guy being on top, Zamazenta. So it's
But definitely high A though. Like I think it's like the
yeah,
best A tier
that
mon.
makes sense. I
Yeah,
feel like this order here probably makes the most sense. Like
yeah.
they're pretty good all around. Um, okay, cool. Guess we agree. And lastly, of course, we have CSR. Um, I think this one's like no debates. He's S tier. The question is he the best mon or is he? Who is the best one actually? We should like
That's
organize
a good
this.
question.
Who's the best in S tier? Because we know he's S. We already know why he's S.
Mhm.
He's the fastest restricted. Astro's extremely busted. It gets a lot of support moves as well. You can run Encore, you can run Disable, you can run Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot with double fake out's like the most annoying thing ever. Encore's also annoying with like Wide Guard in the format.
Mhm.
So the question is, where do we put him? You can also run like on Size Spam with the Life Orb. This guy like does it all, right? Like playing against CSR is like nightmare if you don't have like a lot of CSR hate. And it's like really hard to
Yeah,
have a lot of CSR hate too. So the question is like, where is he at?
I think he's number one.
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah, I don't know. Just as a balanced player and just like always like I'm ride or die on Calyrex for the most part. I just think that every team that's ever like built like always like wants to respect that mon,
that's
110%.
that's true.
And if we're going with the idea of like the first thing you think about, all right, how's my Cali Shadow matchup? You know, I don't know how in Reg I, but like I know in the last Reg, that's basically how a lot of people thought. Like, okay, am I good into Cali Shadow? Like, you know what I
That's
mean?
true.
And
That is true.
so I think the reason why Zama's really S tier is the fact that Astro Barrage is a thing. And there's other spread moves, right? Don't get me wrong,
Hmm.
but like Astro Barrage and Glacial Lance are like the main crazy too, and Dazzling Gleam from Miraidon and so on and so forth. So I think the most abusive Pokemon on this list, in my opinion, is either Miraidon and or Cali Shadow. And I think that a well played Cali Shadow is always scary to deal with, in my opinion. And I'd put it as the number one god.
I
That's my god.
I agree that Marion's like the weakest for sure. Like Kali Shadow and Zama I think are interchangeable because like they both are like so
Yes.
good. Like
Okay.
Kali Shadow is like the best offensive piece, while Zamazenta is like the best supportive piece. So I feel
Hmm.
like you can argue like which one's better because it depends on like how flexible you are with your other restricted. And the
Hmm.
question is like, I mean, both of them are that flexible. Kali Shadow though is the fastest in. It's again, it's so annoying to prep for. It's so hard to cover for like fake out nasty plot or just like astro spam. If it's focused Sasha, it's even more annoying if you don't have like a Scarf Irish. So sets wise and most annoyance wise and just teams wise, I think that CSR is gonna be the most annoying. And it doesn't help that it's also paired with Zamazenta because like I think this is probably gonna be the team to beat CSR and Zama.
Hmm.
So you can do it any way you want, but the point is they're both really annoying together and they're both strong in their own way because they do everything you want in this format.
Yeah, I you said it perfectly. I
Yeah.
mean, this
So
honestly looks like a really good list. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that this is like fair. I don't see nothing crazy. Like the only mons that I can see like going like having crazy jumps from a low tier to like maybe A is Pagos. I think I don't want to rule Pagos out of being like completely bad,
uh-huh.
but I think that we gave very strong opinions on why we have it where it is right now. It's like there's really nobody's really using it. Fighting types are a thing,
Uh-huh.
and it's just getting hit by a lot. A lot of strong Pokemon now.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, everything else looks good for the most part.
All right. Yeah, perfect. Then I guess that's our Reg I tier list. Thank you, Lorcy, for doing this with me.
For sure.
Well, gotta edit this down for YouTube. I'll probably post this to YouTube and post a screenshot later on Twitter. But yeah, this is day one, right? Literally, not a whole lot of games from the format, but this is mostly speculation. But I think that most of the theory makes sense. By the end of the month in our first regional, I'm sure that this list will flip up a lot. Like, there's a lot of Pokemon I think that have the flexibility and like chances to move up depending on usage, like Groudon, Terapagos, Ho-Oh. These guys, I feel like someone can make a good team wolf and they can go maybe higher. Same as Koraidon and Zacian, right? If these guys dominate on like a particular team, they can go up. And then maybe CS or someone can go down or Miraidon if people figure out how to counter team them. Because I remember the beginning of Rig G when everyone said CS was the best Pokemon and it's completely bombed in Indianapolis. I feel like that could happen if someone figures out how to beat it correctly. But currently it's
Mhm.
only day one and we don't know. So I guess we'll find out next month.
Yeah, and then we also have a tournament coming up, right? There's a Victory Road tournament, so maybe we'll have some ideas
Yeah, yeah.
in that
So
tournament too.
yeah, so like yeah, take this with a grain of salt. I'm pretty sure that this tier list is, I mean, get day one, so it's not like perfect. So some of these guys, some of your favorites couldn't go up or they go down. We'll see.